In this episode, we have a beautiful red S2000 coming in for a complete HardRace bushing kit. An S2000 that's getting towed in. It was originally coming for a soft top, but in the meantime, it broke down. So that's why it's getting towed. So we have to get it started and then put a soft top on. And during the dyno and the dump tube fell completely off. And this is what broke. This is where it attached to the flange. So I think that weld was just a very, very thin weld, probably a fusion weld to make it look really pretty. Problem is with pretty welds, they're not usually, they're not always strong. If you put all your emphasis on making it look fancy for the customer and you don't get enough penetration or enough material in there, it's not really doing them any favors. So we're going to weld this back on. We're going to check to see if the flange is correct. And as you see the step there, that's designed for the tube to actually fit in there and fit tight. But you see there's no penetration on that weld at all, which means the weld was just on that very lip. And it probably looked really nice and shiny. It just wasn't a very strong weld because it didn't penetrate. So we just sanded that as a flat edge. We're going to clean the inside of that. That way when we re-weld it, it'll get penetration. Is that coffee I see? Nice, that was just a major zoom I just did right there. I want to take the one that says Happy Friday.
Oh, okay. This one's mine. With all the cinnamon on it.
All right.
I got a weird one.
To all you guys that follow our channel and buy us coffee, thank you so much. It means a lot.
I'm gonna take this one.
You got a heart. What does it say?
I don't know. I want this one that has like a whole list of ingredients on it.
No, that was my special one.
I get the one that's minimal
You get
ingredients.
a
That's
generic
what you wanted. You asked for the minimal ingredients.
Gee, that's for me. That's my name.
What does it say?
Actually, Wiz is actually
That's
fine.
both of us together.
Yeah, I was just going to say, it is both of you together.
I'll go for Happy Friday because I'm happy about Friday.
I just got a smiley face because the guy was like, really?
Is over all the
Really?
ingredients.
By the time
You
he
put all
gets to
that
that,
crap in there? Really?
he's like, you're really getting your money's worth.
I know.
So we're purging it, and we made a makeshift fixture right here. This is one of our chill blocks. Nice thing about this is we can bring the air in here. George just made two little tabs here so we can keep this fixed down here to lessen the chance of warping. Anybody that's dealt with these flanges knows that you look at them sideways and they will warp. All right, now we have penetration. We're gonna bolt this on, I think, still, even though this is only a short piece. The vibration doing this will cause something to break if it's not the weld. It could be in the middle of the pipe, and it's up in this hole here. So I think we're going to try and build a brace to support that end as it vibrates and builds harmonics. It doesn't crack.
Yeah.
I just found some scrap titanium. Nice thing about this, it supports this end, but it has a little bit of flex in this bracket. It can move in there, because one thing with vibration harmonics, if everything is absolutely solid, rigid, and heat, things break. So this should fix our issue. This is now far away from everything. It's away from the oil line. The oil line is wrapped and there is room here. It's away from the charge tube. So he supplied this. He's got a new gasket and the used gasket. This is the Type R throttle body that has the idle screw. And what we are thinking is somebody glued the throttle body on and they might have filled that hole with Honda Bond. That little hole right there, which I'll put an arrow to, that is essentially allows air to bypass for the idle. This is the old GSR throttle body. You guys remember this? The piece that hangs under it that always causes the Honda idle. Looks like something out of a toilet. You have to take that thing apart, tighten up the plastic thing to stop it wobbling, to stop the idle, and then all is well. Well, the Type R throttle body fixes that. That's our idle screw right there with the Honda Bond over it. And then something about a bracket. I think he was worried about not getting...
Yeah, loose that is.
Yeah, he's not getting full... Well, he's probably getting full throttle.
But it's just really loose.
It's so much slack it could actually fall off there. This is the GSR that we just removed. This is the one that he supplied, the Type R. It's a bored out manifold, so some of this is not going to seal because that manifold is right on the edge here. It's actually bigger than this.
Does your camera pick it up? If you look at the throttle body on the, this is even a bigger throttle body than stock, but on the map sensor line there, you can see where the manifold was on it.
Yeah.
And that very hair thin line there where it's touching. This was bolted on with no gasket either, by the way.
Yeah. So that is not, when it's on there, this isn't the gasket that came off it, but it's on, you see the impression right here, it's on that edge. So that isn't really the right one. This isn't going to work at all because it's right in, that manifold is actually past.
Exactly.
This
it'll be
line.
into the map thing, and it'll be into the idle circuit.
So this is a 70mm one that we have, and it's obviously designed to be, this channel here is actually further away. If I can do this while we're talking on camera, you see how much further out that is than this. That is out about 3mm further. We have the gasket from this one. Can we just test that on the manifold? Make sure it
Yeah,
gives
I
us...
have it on the manifold right now.
Yeah, that fits in. That fits in perfect.
So there's gasket contact where there needs to be.
Okay.
And it'll be sealed all the way around, where the other one on that second hole could have possibly been blowing some boost out of the bottom.
Let's contact him. I'm sure he's going to say yes, but let's make sure, and then we can sell him a 70 throttle body, and then it'll fit and seal properly.
Yeah, it'll fit his 70+ mm manifold.
Yeah, exactly. All right, it's back together. Charge pipe's on. New throttle body is on. We set the TPS voltage correct. Adjusted the throttle cable, so now it's got more adjustability and it's got the right amount of slack without having an issue. Now we just start it. Double check it.
So I don't know if these have been talked about yet. These are satin black Honda emblems for the front and rear. This one is a front. They are for 02 to 09 S2000s. The AP1s are different, but this does fit the AP1 bumper. The main difference is on an AP1 bumper, that looks more like an old emblem, where this looks like the new emblem. But real quick, I'll put this on here. Pull that one off. And those bigger holes there match the bigger nubs on the back of that. See how they upsize a little bit? And then right there, right into the bumper. You might have that you need to clean off, but if you want our satin black badges on your AP1, they do fit. They just look like the newer badge.
Look at this, my favorite color, S2000. This one is here for what? So we've done a video on this in the past. One of the last videos we did was the upgraded brakes, and we showed you how well they fit with the Mita wheels. We've done a few other things on this car. I'm trying to remember. It was, yeah, we did the seat belts one of the last times it was here. It's got the LHT document bag in there. Well, it is here for HardRace bushings. And this is the full kit right here. This is the part number for the AP1, the 2000 to 2003 right here. And it is the 26-piece set. And it doesn't come with a mini sailboat. If any of you guys get that reference, go ahead and let me know what movie it is from. That way I'll know you watch the same stupid movies I do. So let's get all this laid out, show you what they look like, and then we're gonna put that in the air and take the two worst bolts out first to see how bad this job's gonna be. 26-piece set. These are the compliance bushings. These, I believe, make the biggest difference because for one, they're new, but they're a solid rubber all the way around. You've seen the fracture ones, they're like a cutout. They're kind of like an engine mount that have almost like a breather hole through there that allows them to be a bit more squishy. So it all adds up. Just a little bit of, you know, obviously new rubber all the way around. Every single part adds up to a noticeable difference, but I think this makes the biggest difference. So if you guys are broke and you want to do something, do just those and see how you feel. But honestly, I can tell you based on my car, and I think we've done probably 14 cars since with these bushings, they make a world of difference. This is the compliance bushing right here. We've shown this second to last video I think we did. The bolt that goes through the middle is the one that you break loose, so you can adjust this one. This one here is essentially an off-centric cam right there, and then there's a tube that goes through here. So that tends to stick in there. We're gonna fingers crossed it's not. We're gonna back this bolt out, and then if possible, you can sometimes spread this open in a little bit and get a little bit of PB blaster in there too. Anything you can do to save that. If not, you're cutting it here, and replacing all of that, which is a real pain in the butt and very messy. We did big brakes on this car. We did the coolant ducts also right here. See that? And then I think the second to last time, I don't remember which order, but then we did the back ones here too. They have the 3D printed scoops right here, very cool. And then we made them go into the back end plates on the back. See that? Very cool. First fingers crossed moment. Look how dry it is.
Yeah.
See that in the picture right there? There's like no lubricating on that at all. Cross your fingers, cross your toes. Not stuck.
I think this one moved. Although the bushing is tore out of the middle, so it's hard to tell.
Yeah. Gonna do the same to the side.
And that's loose off the top at least, that's good.
These are the replacement ones. We keep them in stock since that last issue we had. But this through here goes in there. That's what's locked up right now. When you twist this, it pushes this bushing in this direction to adjust the alignment. And that is never lubricated. It's not lubricated from the factory for some reason. Nothing?
Now bushing's turning.
So yeah, when it's locked up that bad, if you look at this, see the bushing? It's just rusted in there. It's like the worst thing ever. So that's it. We have two of those. We're gonna have to sell them a pair of this, and then we have another probably 2 hours worth of hacking to get these out, which really sucks. The last time this sucker was like 15 or 18 bucks just for that one blade. And then we have the Diablo blades too. There's a pack of 5. This one still has some good teeth to it. This is what we're cutting through, so that you can see that is the inner part, that is the tube, that is supposed to spin freely to this outside. So when you're moving that, what it does, it pushes, this is just the inner bushing, by the way. It moves this in and out. That's how you're aligning the car. And as you see, there's a witness mark where it should spin, but like I say, Honda don't lubricate this. They don't put any grease or anti-seize on it or anything. And they seize up, which makes the cars impossible to align. And of course, if you're taking the bushings out, this is the only way you can do it. The top portion you can cut through and leave just that, and the part will come out. This one you can cut and it will just pop that middle out. It's not as bad, but you got to be careful. Cut more into the bushing and not into the car. Hence why you see there's a bit of a step here. You never want to cut that subframe of the car because you can't replace that. Obviously you can buy a new subframe, but you don't want to trash that. Trash the bushing, not the subframe. See, this one I managed to cut halfway through there and then it came apart. The other one I went all the way through. As you see, is the top part on this right here. But it's still hot. But yeah, just all the slime and the muck and the metal filings, it just, look at that. It just makes a mess. There's the front, there's the bushings, there's the compliance. You see the one that we cut? That was the fun part. Look at all that cutting. So there we go, 2 arms done, new bushings, and these are tight as can be. Look at that. So it's windy because we have the big fan right there, but these are perfect. Hardly ever see an issue with the ball joints on these, even 120,000 miles. It's impressive how good they are. Lowers are in. All this we're going to leave loose until we put it down on the ground and snug it down. Whether you're drinking your morning coffee, getting your day started, while you're in the bathroom, taking a bathroom break and catching up on your YouTube. Yes, this is so much easier at home. Doing this here, is not as much fun as watching. It's the right ones, right? AP1s are the same front and rear on this one. So that is it. They're the upper arms right there. The power of editing, that took 10 minutes.
Yeah.
That was it. That was the last two arms right there, which are the rear lower. Now we have more bushings to do some more LHT Olympics. Maybe we'll get more creative with the next ones. We just kind of did it quick on the last video. There we go. We'll install those. This S2000 just came out of tow truck yesterday. It's here for a soft top. This top is leaking. The customer said they tried to glue it a few times, but it still leaks through the glass and comes down here. And also, it stopped running. And Esther kind of diagnosed this just because we see it so often. It could do with a little bit of TLC under here, but you know what, that's just oxidization. It's probably a car from the beach. Anyway, she diagnosed it as pedal buttons because she drove into the store and it was running, came out, wouldn't start, hit the start button, nothing. Everything lit up. So she's been sitting parked, and we found out the battery is junk. We tried to charge the battery yesterday. It came in stone dead. We put it on the charger. We trickled it for about 5 hours. It didn't want to come back. It's done. I mean, this is a telltale sign. It's just been sitting because of the battery. So this is just something, we're going to put a list together of things that she needs. But for right now, we're going to put a top on it. We're going to get it running. We're going to put a new battery on it. That way she can drive it. And then we can book it in another time. I don't like to just compound work, bring a car in and then just keep adding stuff to the list. It's really something I don't like to do, and not to mention the customer feels like they're getting the dealership treatment. You know, you come in for a free inspection, you leave with a $12,000 bill and wish you'd never gone. Don't like to be a part of that. I like customers to leave happy. We sell the pedal buttons in the store. This is just an absolute must. And like I told you so many times, they last a good 10 to 15 years. It's something you should do. We just did it on 3 of our cars that are going to the Dragon, just to make sure we don't have a button fail. So we are coming out with a temporary solution, which is more of a get you home solution. It'll last longer than that, but it's something we're going to start selling in the store. That way, if you don't have the ability to change your own buttons, you can buy that piece, keep it in your glove box, and pop it in if ever you need it to get home, and it will operate the safety start the way it should be. We don't twist wires together. It's not really the right way to do it. It's a get you home thing, but you shouldn't do it. All right, so pedal buttons are in, new battery is in, and if we determine this problem correctly, it should fire up. Nice, you think we've done this before.
It works like a car now.
It absolutely starts on the first go. So Esther diagnosed this on the phone talking to her because she has seen it so many times, or she's seen it here so many times, and we've dealt with it. So we can move this one out. All right, this is running. It's surprisingly smooth and quiet. It's funny when you see cars, you never judge a book by its cover and never judge a car by the outside, because it's amazing how sometimes that will throw you off. But this is smooth as can be. 147,000 miles. Could do with some LHT TLC, but the idle's really nice and smooth. All right, we're not going to put this on the lift. It's got that AP1 stutter. You see that? Almost shuts off. That's an AP1 thing. We can actually straighten that out. There's a few tricks to fixing that. We've shown it in past videos. But yeah, not a problem. We can fix that. Let's get to the top. We just got to test drive this. This did obviously all the bushings on it. We'll just make sure everything is good. We'll put a new set of plugs in it. The plugs were kind of old. So this one runs fine. We'll put a fresh set of plugs in. It's been 5 years since we built this car. As you see, the wideband sensor is completely off. You can listen to the engine and understand it's not doing what that wideband sensor is saying. There's no way it's running at 20 to 1 and idling this smooth. That's going to be changed at a later date. Let's just test drive it, make sure it's happy. So we put new plugs in this because they looked a little sketchy, but it had a tiny hiccup now and again. And we put it down to the fact that the wideband isn't working correctly. It's an old wideband. We think the sensor is bad, but it's an old wideband anyway. That will be something we'll talk about on another time, but look at that. I really like the red on the carbon. if you guys like it. Actually, I don't even know what brand it is. I was gonna say, go ahead and post in there what that is. These, I believe, are the Buddy Club tail lights. They look pretty cool. This fits nice. I like it. The fact that it's all kind of blended in together, and the black and the carbon on the red really suit it. Got the side skirts and the hood with the vent, and of course this bumper. What do you guys think? Do you like that? Or do you like the OEM look? This car's missing all kinds of things, including one of these. This is what holds the soft top strap on. It goes over the strap, and the rivets go through it. So we're missing one. I'm gonna just make a new one out of a piece of 14 gauge stainless. These pictures were taken in 1998. This is Steve's CRX. That's now my CRX. That was mine at the time. That was Esther's. That was Scott's Type R. That is the Burt hatch. That is Burt. This was at Nopi. See that banner? A lot of you guys probably don't know, but Pat the Stripe guy made that banner for us in 1998. He was just here. Problem is that banner is like 12 foot. In fact, that's Pat leaving right there. He just made us a new one, so you'll see this one at Classic Hondas here in a week and a half. I was recording too. My car just showed up. I'm going to show you that at another time. You know, I owe you two now. It's the second one you got me on film. Look how nice that top looks. Beautiful. Window is actually attached now, so that's going to be a good thing. That's going to be less water in the car. This one's good to go. Just doing a little bit of LHT TLC. George is giving it a big, quick wipey wipe. Look at that. This is one of those things that sometimes inspires the customer when they get it back. I'm not saying it was dirty, but it wasn't clean. So that sometimes inspires people to go, you know what? That made a difference.
Too, the window's been out of it. It smells a little bit. So doing a nice wipe down and everything with a nice cleaner makes it smell nice too.
Yeah. But when your car doesn't run, you're not going to go outside and wash it.
No.
Unless you're me. I would, but I'm a little bit crazy.
My car runs great and I never wash it.
If you guys want an update on the sponsor, there is no update on the sponsor. We thought we had a deal, and they don't want to work on our deal. They want us just to buy it and advertise it and promote it on the channel and not get anything out of it, which I don't think is fair. I think we have a decent amount of following, and I think we do a good job representing products. So if I get a product, I don't want a crap ton of it free, but I want a little bit of it free so I can show it off, and I'm going to put my tool back in here, and tell you to buy it, but demonstrate it on the channel. I mean, I do like it, but I want to get a little bit of it for free. This one just got dropped off. We need to fix the idle on this car based on what they're explaining to me. This is the car that we called the Valentine's car. We've shown it on the channel several times. They come in for even basic maintenance these days. What is that down there? That's just going to get stuck under the paddle. But it kind of sounds like it doesn't want to idle, which is kind of an AP1 thing. They're kind of notorious for it. I think I showed it on a video earlier. But there's a few things we can do to fix that and tweak it and enhance it. Probably not going to show you because some of it is secret. Right there, just because it's been sitting and the brakes are rusty, and I don't want the customer to get in and freak out that they make a funny grinding sound when you hit the brakes, because it's going to have to rub the rust off of the rotors. This one is for tomorrow. The red one in front of me is the one we did the bushings on. So if somebody's going to say, hey, I thought you only work out one car at a time, we do, but sometimes people don't pick them up right away, so I need to store it. So it's not having any issues now. We'll bring it up to temperature and then check it again. All right, heading to Quaker. That is Jeff right there. You've seen his car on the channel. He's going to be at Classic Hondas. There it is right there. This place is probably going to be packed because the weather is nice. It's cooled down a little bit. When it's blisteringly hot, nobody shows up. When it's really cold, nobody shows up. Perfect weather, everybody. So there's something about having the right amount of power for the street. I know this sounds crazy to some of you guys. They're gonna they're gonna listen to this and go, no, you need 1,000 horsepower. So the ZR1 I had was 1,000 horsepower. Just an absolute animal. Sounds great on paper. Way too much power for the street. Just a liability waiting to happen. The C8 Z06 that I have, fantastic car. Feels like a race car. It's almost too much for the street. Now hear me out. The reason is you go through a couple of gears, triple digits. This car, I mean, feels very responsive. You're having fun. Not really setting the world on fire, but it's enjoyable and it's fun. It's street power. Sometimes there's the right amount of power for the street. After the Dragon, plan is to put the 2.4 in it. I already have the motor set aside. I'm going to build a complete 2.4 so we can use it as one of our guinea pig motors. We've built a few already, but I want to use it to show on the channel how that motor is, what kind of power it makes, how it sounds, how it runs. But for right now, this car is going to go to the Dragon next week, and I'm stoked. It's 77 degrees right now, which here in Florida is nice. I can't wait to get in the Dragon where it's going to be high 50s. This car is going to feel even better. In the twisted roads too, you find yourself not needing as much power. So this car is going to be an absolute blast. Anyway, I'm going to continue my ride home. I'll see you in a minute. This S2000 has come in with an idle problem. We just removed the idle valve. We're going to take it apart and clean it. We've shown this several times on the channel how to do it. But you can actually take it apart, clean it, set it up, make sure everything is happy. I'll show you that right now. There's a stretchy bit right there where it stops.
I hope the camera can pick it up. From you cutting, the dust here is moving with that magnet.
Is it really? Oh yeah, I see that.
I hope the camera picks that up. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, right there. This part we removed is essentially an electric motor. It's obviously a magnetic base, but what that does is twist this. This allows air to go from one side to the other. That's the idle valve. Air comes in here, allows it to go and bypass the throttle body. So this, you can't really do anything with it. If it's working, great. Clean this is usually the issue. And then your idle will be much more controlled. It'll work better with the AC on, coming to a light after blipping the throttle. But like I mentioned, AP1s are notorious for having a bit of an idle problem, having that really lightweight flywheel. We're going to go ahead and sonic clean this, let it sit for maybe about 20 minutes. We'll see what happens. There is a teaser right there coming up. Alright, just got the new sensor in for this car. See if it behaves itself now, see if the white band is going to read like it should do. Oh, that's better. Look how nice that looks. That sucker looks brand spanking new. What do you think, guys? You think we should start offering these as a rebuild service where you send us your idle valve and we strip it down, rebuild it, clean it, put a new O-ring in it. There we go, put that together. We put new stainless hardware in there so it can be taken apart again in the future. Everything is clean. But we're going to look into this and get some ideas. If it's something you want us to do, let us know, because I think it's a problem that we see. We do it so much in the shop, I forget to film it, but we do it a lot. And if we can offer this as a service where we can fix your idle, if you aren't got the means to do this, maybe we should. Look how much better that is. Way more consistent. Nice. Let's try it with the air conditioning. So basically your idle valve is compensating the load on the engine. It's trying to keep it back to target idle. Yeah. Yep, I think we're good. I think we'll fix this one. We'll go drive it, make sure it's happy. Something we might offer in the future, adding a USB to the S right here. See that? Never use that cup holder anyway. And it's nice and hidden right there. There it is, it's plugged in, and there we are. We have a USB charger in the S2000.
Yeah, since you're taking video, you can plug mine in. You can see it charge.
Gonna plug it in.
Charging.
Nice. Look at that, super convenient. I don't put a drink in there anyway because I have a drink holder.
Where do you get that?
Right there, lhgperformance.com.
Nice.
It's the week before the Dragon. This car is done. I can take that off. We still have to have our meet in. The banner and the tent, I'll tell you in a second. The merch, we have the new LHT shirt we're gonna take to the meet, and then when it's done, we're gonna make a slight twist to it, and we're gonna sell it in the store, but it's gonna be a meet-only shirt. The banner, so you saw the banner I had made by Pat the Stripe guys, 10 by 10. Oh, it's not 10, it's 10 foot long and a foot and a half tall. This tent is supposed to be 10 by 10, and apparently it's not. The base is 10 by 10. The tent itself is 8 by 8, so it doesn't fit right, which is not going to work. So I'm going to have to go and get into the tent either today or tomorrow, so we have a tent and a banner, so when you come and see us at the meet, you can see and know where the LHT booth is, and we're going to have some cool stuff. Guys, that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching. See you on the next video. If you don't already, hit the subscribe, hit the share, hit the like. We'll see you on the next video.